class. Today is our sixth meeting for the Structure 3. Today we are going to learn about reported speech, or Part 2. From the previous meeting, we have learned reported speech Part 1. If you still remember, last meeting, we learned that reported speech is used to repeat what other people have said. Pay attention to this. Okay, here it means that the reported speech deals with the change of the tense from I have been to a shop become she had been to a shop. However, reported speech part 2 will also talk about, or it can be used also, to the information that still exists or true do not need to change the tense, which means that if the information is still true until right now and it has not changed at all, you do not need to change the tense. For example, this. I believe that you know who is he. He is the President of Indonesia, Mr. Joko Widodo. And then take a look for this. Okay, so hi Tania, do you know who is the President of Indonesia? And then Tania answered, the President of Indonesia is Mr. Jokowi. And then how do we change into the reported speech? Tania said that the President of Indonesia is Mr. Jokowi. Here, if you pay attention, there is no change of the tense. Tania answered using present simple, and this one also changed it into present simple, even though it is reported speech. So that's why that we said that we do not need to change tense. How about this one? Okay, we know for sure that 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. This is the general knowledge that we have known already, that we have learned since we were in primary school. And then how do we change into reported speech? Tania said that 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. Here using present simple, this one also in present simple. I believe you know Tommy. Tommy is your classmate, and I'm using him as the example. He's a student of Video Drama University and he's majoring in English. And then how do we change into reported speech? If you pay attention here, I also do not change the tense. I still use the same tense. Because until right now, the information is still true. Tommy is still the student of Video Drama University and he's still learning in English. Who is this? This is Obama. He used to be the President of the United States. For the information that has changed or finished, the rule of reported speech is applied. Now take a look for this. Tania, you know who is he? He is Obama. He was the President of the United States. Tania answered using was, because now the President of the United States is not Obama, but it's Donald Trump. And then the change into reported speech become, Tania said that he is Obama. He had been the President of the United States. The rule of reported speech is applied. We use from past tense change into past perfect had been. Now, there are also some rules that you need to pay attention for reported speech. For the reported speech that we have learned from the previous meeting until just now, we learned that direct change into reported from the quotation become no quotation, but all of them will be used said. And with that over here I put into the blanket because it is optional, which means that it is free for you whether you want to use it or not. Say over here is used when you think the direct or the sentence in the quotation mark it belongs to statement, so you are using said or said that. For example, I don't want to eat again. If you see this one, it's a statement, positive statement, Negative statement is just the same, as long as it is statement. And it seems like Dave just tell someone or tell no one, he just maybe tell himself that he doesn't want to eat again. So here you change it based on the tense, becomes Dave said that he didn't want to eat again. I drink a cup of coffee this morning. Again, Martha said this one, probably said to herself, or maybe said to somebody else, but we don't know who. So when we change into reported speech, we still use said, because this one belongs to statement. Martha said she drank a cup of coffee that morning. I omit the use of that over here, you see. And it is free. If you want to keep using that, it's free also, you may. Now, how about tell? Actually, it is quite the same. However, you are using tell for the reported speech when you think that it is a news, and usually it consists of the name of the object. For example, the teacher is angry, Mia. If you pay attention, Dave is talking to Mia, and then it seems like Dave tells something to Mia, like a news, and then it will become Dave told Mia that is optional. The teacher was angry. So in the conclusion, that if you see that there's a name and it seems like look like a statement, so you may change it into by using told. Now let's try to replace it by using said. Does it make sense? Dave said Mia. Doesn't make sense, right? Now let's take a look for the second example. I need a help, Sam. There's a name over here, so Dave is talking to Sam, asking for something, and also telling for something. This is a news, and there's a name over here. Dave told Sam that he needed a help. Now for the next, from the transformation of reported speech from direct to reported, there is also what we call as the imperative sentence. Imperative sentence is the sentence that doesn't consist of subject, which is usually consists of only verb and also object. Sometimes it's only a verb. It's just like command. And for this one, you do not need to change the tense. So you do not need to think very hard. Just change the sentence into the reported one, and you do not need to think about what tense that you have to change. The example of imperative sentence is like, do your homework or help me please. Okay, here for the direct and reported, and we are using tell. We are using tell for the imperative sentence when you think that the sentence in the direct, it belongs to the command. For example, Dave and there is Sarah. For the object, don't come alone, Sarah. And then you will change into Dave told Sarah not to come alone. Oh yeah, by the way, you need to pay attention that even though you do not need to change the tense, but don't over here, don't change into to not, but change into not to. Just remember that. So don't, you change into not to, and then the rest just stay the same, come alone. And then for the next, Dave said, take it, Mark. And then Dave told Mark to take it. So you see that if there is no use of don't, just directly like this, verb and then there is object, you just need to change into Dave told Mark to, plus the verb over here, take it, done. Easier, right? So you do not need to change about the tense, you do not need to think hard about the tense. Now how about for the next, if the imperative sentence means ask. Ask is just like a request, which is usually consists of the name of the object. For example, please help me, Dave. There's a word of please over here. which means that it is a request. It is almost the same with the previous one, the told one. However, this one seems to be more polite compared to the previous one. Mia asked Dad to help her. We are using ask over here, not told again. Told, it is like a bit forced to someone to do something that you want. However, for us, you just kind of like you request or you ask someone to do something for you, but in a more polite way. And then the next is, please make a poster for me, Jimmy. There's a word of please again. Mia asked Jimmy to make a poster for her. You do not need to write down please again because please is just like to differentiate between the use of asked and also told. Now try to do this. 3 seconds. Okay, the answer is this. The capital city of West Borneo is Pontianak, and until right now the information is true and it hasn't changed at all. That's why that you do not need to change any tense of this, so it still use is. 3 seconds. Okay, for this one, the longest river in Indonesia is Kapos River. Until right now the information is still true and it hasn't changed at all. That's why you do not need to change it. So stay, it still use the same one. Present tense. 3 seconds. Pontianak was saved for COVID last month, and then changed into Pontianak had been saved for COVID a month before. This one, it's changed already. I mean that was saved is in the past, and right now it is not safe anymore. That's why that we are still learning by online. Okay, 3 seconds. Sam taught Jim. Taught. Okay, and then this one, it means that this one is statement and consists of the object over here. That's why you are using taught. If let's say that there is no Jim over here, you are using said. Okay, Sam told Jim that he felt full. He would stop eating. 3 seconds. Okay, Harry has got the wand, Hermione. This, there is the object. This one is also, this has the object. And then that's why that we are using told. And again, if there is no object over here, you are using said. This one belongs to the statement. So Sam told Hermione, Harry had got the wand. 3 seconds. Jenny told Jason not to leave her there. This is not a statement anymore. This is an imperative. And there is no word please. That's why you are using told. Jenny told Jason not to leave her there. Please remember that don't change into reported speech become not to. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, if you pay attention here, this one belongs to the imperative and there is a word of please. Because there's a word of please, you are using asked. And there is no object over here. Somehow, if there is no object, just consider that the person who is talking to you. So even though there is no object, you can say, Jenny asked me to pass her the book. Or if you omit this one, Jenny asked to pass her the book. It's okay also, though I just found it weird. It's true, but it's weird. But in the test, I still want you to plus the object, so it sounds better. Okay, so that's all for today's meeting for the reported speech part 2. Hopefully you still can get it from the previous meeting and also today's meeting. So good evening, goodbye, and see you.